Welcome, folks. It's episode number 2 of the Dots podcast, and this is something really interesting we're doing. We are filming the second episode just the day after our first episode here on the home sideline here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Is your boy Brett Stackgolf, aka 99 Bretts, aka Brendini, Brenden Retzloff, in the house.
And
Send things to the other guy.
Yeah, I'm on the away side. You know who I am. Matty Icy, rocking the chains as always. A new tradition for season 2. We're on the double twos this year. Of course, we got our footballs, so.
We do have our footballs.
At this point, this just might be a fidgeting toy. So.
That's kind of what I started doing with the football yesterday, and then I just turned it into the idea of, at the end of each podcast or something, we can
let me pass the ball to
throwing
Brenden.
the ball over. So
it's like, let me just pass the ball to Brenden so you can talk.
Yeah, I think that should be interesting.
Yeah,
like if we did like debates or something, whoever has the football can talk as this guy's destroying his own room.
This is actually my study room. This is actually my study room. So this is where I do all my homework and my place to record podcasts. So. I
wasn't sure if you got a new place or if
I did.
Okay, you did.
I moved into a different apartment on campus, so.
I don't know why I didn't ask that yesterday, but it kind of just went through my head.
Yeah. Honestly, we were rocking with the Vikings flag. I think that's essential for the podcast to show my side of things.
I will show the viewers, I guess, what we got going on here. But my Packers flag is right there, and this is my NFL map.
I like how the Dakotas are all Vikings, how it should be. Is Iowa split between the 3?
What's that?
Was Iowa split between the Chiefs, Vikings, and Packers?
Iowa is actually split between the Chiefs, Vikings, Packers, and Bears.
Oh.
I feel bad for the state of Iowa.
I'm
not going to lie. Like, Iowa looks like... just look at this map. Looks like one of the worst places to... Let's see if I can get my pointing right here.
There you go. Up a little bit. Up.
Yep,
there you
right
go.
There's the smack dab center of Iowa. Like, I feel bad for that state. That's the only, state that has 4 teams that they're into. So, this is according to my map. But more news about that map. It's for what Ben and I are doing.
Yeah.
With all of our NFL stadium trips, tour, bucket list things. So, should we just get right into things with today's podcast, Dots 2, episode 2? Let's go.
Actually, I want to say something before this. So, for one of my classes, we have to make a blog site, like our own website. So, I'm designating our blog to be Down on the Sidelines official website. So, I'm currently I'm currently processing, because this is actually a grade for me. It's like, might as well make a website that we can have all our contacts. We can make articles on it, like the latest news. We can just keep flowing in, with Jonathan Taylor gets traded, Justin Jefferson gets paid, biggest contract in NFL history by a wide receiver, and all that. So I was like, this is a great opportunity to expand ourselves. So I will let you guys know when that does happen. It's currently in the works. We just started at 11 o'clock, actually, when I went to class. So
is this for a class that you're doing? So, you had to make a blog?
Yeah.
For the class? Dude, that's actually really dope that we have this platform going on right now. And if we get an addition of that, we're also trying to work on getting this podcast on Spotify.
Yes.
Because I think that would really... encourage our audience to listen to our stuff more. And like we said in episode 1, we're gonna try to crack down on the amount of time allotted in these podcasts, but we're gonna come out with a bunch of creative content, a lot of interesting top 5s, top 10s we're gonna be doing.
I know we might do some trivia games. I see it, test each other's knowledge.
I like the trivia game idea. Like, do some Sporkle quizzes or something like that.
Yeah,
I
do
think that'd be.
Weddle where we just like spend like I don't
Oh
know,
my gosh,
we
dude.
make like a 30-minute special as us just doing Weddle. And I can see if I can like share my screen and then we can just like take a guess and I think that'd be pretty cool.
I honestly have not seen any content creators do something like that,
I
like the
do
Weddle one.
I do follow BGE. They are a huge. They're basically like us. I follow them on TikTok. They come up. They have like four guys. One of the guys is actually going to intern at ESPN this week, so that's like his thing. Like he's in college. His name's Matt. I love their content. They're all funny. Definitely go look at them. BGE on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm pretty sure as well. But enough about them. This is the Dots podcast. This is our podcast.
This is us.
So obviously, we know that the season opener kicked off last night on Thursday Night Football. We won't be going over that today due to time restraints. So we'll be going over that on Tuesday when we do publish this / record. We'll go over all the scores as we usually did in season one.
Yep,
And then,
go over the scores, go over our record for each week. I do have one piece of news though that got released last night. I'm sure pretty much everyone in the NFL fan base knows about this. Joe Burrow just signed the highest contract in NFL history for a quarterback. Actually, it might just be in NFL history.
It's in NFL history. I think it was like $275 million, but 220 is guaranteed
for 5 years.
5 years. So there goes all Burrow's money.
Congrats, Joe Burrow. But
where's
Cincinnati
Chase's
Bengals.
and Higgins' money gonna be?
That's exactly what I was gonna go to right after that. That can be another topic for another day.
Mm-hmm.
So should we just jump right into our predictions for week number 1?
Let's jump right into it. Starting off week 1, on the top of our list, we got the Cincinnati
Bengals and the Browns.
And traveling to the Cleveland Browns. Now, I've seen a lot of things about this game already. I've seen that the Browns are saying that, oh, well, it's going to be an upset game in Ohio. I mean, obviously, they're both Ohio teams, so it's a Ohio Bowl, I guess you can say. But obviously, with me, obviously, Nick Chubb, David Njoku is rising up. I would put him as a top 6, top 7 tight end in the league right now. I'm trying to think of the receivers. Peoples-Jones, I like him. I like the last name. He's kind of been
Peoples-Jones. They got Amari Cooper.
Yep, he's always reliable. Deshaun Watson is going to finally be playing like his full first season in Cleveland.
His full first season in what feels like to be an eternity at this point.
Like 3 years, I think.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. And people can't, obviously, Watson, everything that has happened to him with the accusations and all that, people still got to remember he was a great quarterback for Houston.
Wasn't he a number 1 overall pick in the 2015 draft, 2016?
I think so.
I'm going to look this up.
I think it was right after he won the championship for Clemson. That's when he went 1 overall. But yeah, they have weapons. Obviously, Chubb is a top 4 back in the league. Obviously, they lost Kareem Hunt, so your deadly duo, which probably was the best backfield. No, not the best backfield in NFL with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and it was just unstoppable. 2 very all-pro players.
I got some news on Deshaun Watson.
Oh, boy.
He is not the first overall pick. Surprisingly, he was the 12th pick in the 2017 NFL
Oh, that was
draft.
with Trubisky and Mahomes. Yeah, because the Bears took Trubisky over Mahomes. That's right.
That is that draft class.
Yep.
You're right. Yep. Because they're in their 7th season in the league. That makes more sense. Dude, that's wild though, because Deshaun Watson, he just came off of winning the college football playoff against Bama.
Yeah. But then you also got shifting from the Browns to the Bengals, you have Joe Burrow just got paid. Chase is a top 2 receiver in the league behind Justin Jefferson. Joe Mixon's always reliable. Receiving core's there. Anyways, I'll let you talk more about the Bengals because that's more your team.
The Bengals are definitely a team that I like to keep more track on than most of the teams in the league because this team is always put under the radar going into the year. Like they always are. By always, I mean the last 2 years. Like ever since they had that Super Bowl appearance and lost. Like no one like said anything hype about the Cincinnati Bengals. But they have Joe Burrow, dude. They have the highest paid quarterback in NFL history now. So when you get paid that much money, we'll see if he can actually perform to those expectations because we have seen quarterbacks in the past not perform to those expectations, getting paid that much money, being Deshaun Watson one of them because he's barely got to play. And what have the Browns really done with Deshaun Watson? Not much. Same thing with Russell Wilson last year. So it's just something that's a little crazy for the team. Not sure what Matt's doing.
Yeah, my roommates are.
Did you get some food?
Maybe.
Are you kidding me? Bro, I've been working my butt off these past few hours doing work and all of that. And I don't get food? Man. Anyways, I was just telling the viewers about how once you become the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, you sometimes don't exceed expectations. Because Deshaun Watson was one of them. Russell Wilson did the same thing last year. Just not pretty. Patrick Mahomes, he's an exception. So
he's also on a 10-year contract worth $500 million.
Yeah, imagine getting paid $500 million. Dude, you can like end world hunger on God.
Basically can. What do you do with all that money though? It's just
For
ridiculous.
real. What do you actually do with that money? But yeah, Joe Burrow, the Bengals, they're out for blood. Like we were talking about, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd. Those are the big 3 wide receivers for the Cincinnati Bengals team. They even have a pretty well laid out defense, I would say myself. I mean, getting rid of Eli Apple, probably a great decision on their end.
That's what we said yesterday. That's what I said yesterday.
And you got guys like Trey Hendrickson. I mean, he is an absolute animal. Some people forget about this guy. So with the Cincinnati Bengals, I expect them to win this game. I think it's going to be close, though, with it being like a Ohio rivalry type of matchup. I think Joe Burrow is going to throw 3 touchdowns. He's going to start off hot this year, play well. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals winning this one, 31-24.
Ooh, okay. I'll write that down. Are you on the document, Bio?
I am not on the document yet. I'm on the Meta creator because I had to post a highlight for work earlier.
Yeah, that's fine. So going off like what you said, I am also going to take the Bengals in this one. It just seems foolish not to. Obviously, we did say that about the Chiefs with the Lions, but we all know how that went. I still sternly believe that it's still going to be a close game.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you see that Kirk Benkert ended up predicting last night's game?
I did not know.
Oh my gosh. He called the final score and he got it right.
I follow him on TikTok. He's really fun to watch on TikTok. Anyways.
He is. Yeah, go ahead.
I still think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a 9-point game. It's just going to be right out of reach of the Browns. I'm still going to say in the 20-point range. I'm probably leaning towards 28-17 probably. I think Burrow will have 2 touchdowns, both to Chase, and I think Joe Mixon will run for 2. So I'm gonna take the Bengals in this one. I'm gonna take them. I like how everyone can see my fingers typing because my camera is down below on my laptop, which is stupid. I'm gonna take the Bengals, 28 to
Bro, you
17.
mentioned that in one of our episodes last year, and I died when you were talking
I
about that
know.
because like all people see is like the hands.
You might just want to type the scores in then, so they don't have to
Dude,
witness my sausage fingers.
I can go ahead and do that. That's fine.
All right.
So on to our next matchup. Here for week 1, the Texans and the Ravens. This one seems like it's probably going to be a little bit of a lopsided matchup considering this is in Baltimore. I don't know too many things about the Houston Texans. It'll be
CJ
interesting to
Stroud.
see CJ Stroud out on the field. That is the only thing about this team. I didn't really get to see them at all in the preseason. It was mainly Baltimore that I got to watch a little bit from, and I mean some pieces that Baltimore has. I think J.K. Dobbins is gonna play really well this year. I don't think Lamar Jackson is gonna be throwing the ball too often. I think it's gonna be a lot of rushing game, but that's how John Harbaugh likes to execute his offense. And don't forget that they have this tight end on their team.
Mark Andrews.
That dude, when he's healthy, is good.
He is
So
very good when he is healthy, but he has a lot of injury problems.
he has had a lot of history of injuries in the past couple of years with the Ravens. But I see the Ravens being a top 10 team in the league this year. So Texans, they're definitely in the bottom half for me. So if you were to pick up an upset for the week, maybe this would be it because it's week 1. But I'm still going to pick the Baltimore Ravens winning this game by a big shot. I'm going to say 28-10.
Oh wow, okay. So yeah, kind of going off like.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, thank you.
What the heck?
That's my roommate. Sorry, everyone.
I was trying not to say any foul language there.
Yeah, we're
because
family friendly.
We're family friendly here. You're
I
getting
told-
more food.
Yeah, they made me food.
What the fuck?
I'm out of here.
Tyler!
It's so freaking stupid.
I'm sorry,
getting
but
food
we're making that a
myself.
blooper.
I'm getting food myself.
You're actually gonna get food.
Bro, these things slap, okay? This is all I have, though.
Okay, I will put this off to the side. I'll put it over here. But yeah, that's gonna be edited. That's gonna be clipped. So yeah, going back to my predictions, Ravens. I mean, Lamar. You said it. J.K. Dobbins, if he's healthy, he's a top 15 running back. Texans. I'm excited to see what Damian Pierce will do because second year, he has a good quarterback behind him. See how Stroud actually not Stroud. Yeah, C.J. Stroud will actually do with the Texans. I mean, they don't have any receivers, so that's their receiving core is probably one of the weakest, if not the weakest, in the NFL. But it is really about what the Ravens can do. You have the best kicker in NFL. You have Justin Tucker. And last night you were saying, oh, they got the best Tucker kicker. Last night. You said that like
Yeah,
2 times.
I know I said that last night. I was telling you that I messed up when I was talking.
Yeah.
I was getting ahead on my words.
And
They knew what I meant.
yeah. But honestly, it's in Baltimore, so it's a huge advantage for Baltimore. So I'm also going to take the Ravens. I'm
Good
going
pick.
to take them 35-21.
I swear, if we all have the same picks throughout this week one, we're gonna have the same record at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
35-21, you said?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, on to our next game. Matt, this is gonna be one that you're gonna be watching 100%.
Yes,
Because
sir.
this is your Minnesota Vikings against the not Tampa Bay Buccaneers anymore. It's just Tampa Bay
No.
Buccaneers.
So
The
I'll-
Baker Bay
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
Baker Bay.
BBB.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Bay Buccaneers. I kind of like that. It's kind of catchy.
It is. I'm so hungry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
So obviously, I think we all know that I'm going to take the Vikings in this one, obviously. Not because they're my favorite team, but because they're simply better than the Buccaneers. I see this be a really high-scoring game. It's going to come down to a gun-off. Not so much a sling-off between Baker and Cousins. I still think the Vikings will win by 2 touchdowns, but it's going to be high. I feel like it's going to be like a 43, or like a 42-35 type of game.
Jeez.
Because I believe this because both defenses aren't the best. I mean, you get Vita Vea, one of the best nose tackles in the league, against a Vikings line that's not the greatest. It hasn't been the greatest in recent years. I mean, yeah, Brian O'Neill's good. Tristan Darrisaw's good, but Ed Ingram is a decent guard. Excuse me. Like, he's decent, but he needs to step it up. And also, it's the new Nightmare Cousins. Kirk Noon Nightmares is coming out for the first time this year. And we all know how he plays at noon.
Burke Noon Nightmares. That one's
the
also a
Noon
little bit
Nightmare.
catchy. The KNN.
I want to see how Addison does. Obviously, they're going to be doubling Justin Jefferson. Because you're going to have Antonio Winfield Jr., whose dad played on the Vikings, if you didn't know that.
I did not. That's
Yep,
interesting.
Antonio Winfield Sr. played for the Vikings, so obviously it's might mean a little bit more because this is his dad's team. But yeah, you're gonna have him at free safety, probably covering Jefferson along with whoever else is on there. They don't have both defenses really lacking corners. I would probably say I would give the edge to the Vikings because their linebackers are a little bit stronger. I would give them a little more experience. They have better, communication. Also, the safeties
And
are better.
you don't have Ed Donatel.
Yes, we do not have Ed Dontel. We have Brian Flores. I almost forgot his name. Harrison Smith is still one of the best safeties at like 30 years old, which is ridiculous. Flores is going to utilize him how he should be utilized, like blitzing. We get Lewis Sign back finally. Oh god, my hair is awful. Jesus.
I thought my hair was bad.
We do not
Look
talk
at
about.
this.
Oh
Look
my
at
god, we are
Look
not
at
going to
his
talk
head.
about that. We get Lewis Sign back. He was our first round draft pick from last year. Had a season-ending injury against the Saints in London. I really liked him. I'm really excited to see what he does. So I'm going to give the defense, obviously, towards Minnesota and the offense towards Minnesota because I don't think I need to explain the offense. I mean, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne started to pop off at the end of the year. I mean, I think there's a really tight battle between wide receiver two, between Addison and Osborne, because Addison is the best route runner from this past rookie class. He's going to be at the wideout, so when Jefferson is double covered, that's going to open it up for Addison to have a one-on-one and even KJ in the slot. Because obviously you lost your slot guy with Thielen. He's now in Carolina. And, I mean, I don't know who even the Buccaneers don't have Uncle Lenny anymore. They don't have Leonard Fournette. They have Rashad White. Mike Evans will always be decent. Chris Godwin's a speedster. Those two are a very deadly matchup. So this is why I think it's gonna be a high scoring game because both defenses backs aren't gonna be matched up well with these receivers. So when you have
I think at the end of the day, it all just comes down to how the quarterbacks are going to perform
yeah,
in the game.
and I'm confident with Cousins. I mean, like I say, he's a Noon nightmare for a reason. His like all-time record on Noon is like ridiculously high, I think. But I'm gonna take the Vikings in this one. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna take the Vikings in a high-scoring game to get everyone off their feet, hyped up for the season. Minnesota 42, Buccaneers 35.
Wow, that is a very high scoring game that you are taking. But I think it's a very valid one to say that it's going to be high scoring. Uh, just because both of these defenses seem like they're very capable of really struggling in week one.
The only
Um,
I can almost see it's either gonna be sorry to cut you off. It's either gonna be high scoring or it's gonna be completely lopsided. Because obviously Baker isn't as good as Cousins. I'm sorry, but not to toot my own horn, Cousins is a better quarterback.
and that's the problem with how the Buccaneers offense is going to perform. I think even if they try to run the ball with Rashad White, or is it Rashad? I think it's Rashad. But anyways, if they try to run the ball with him, I don't think they're going to be averaging too many yards per carry. I think the Vikings D line is going to be able to figure things out against. It's a pretty young Tampa Bay offensive line, but they have some guys. Tristan Wirfs, he's like one of the main offensive linemen for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
He's one of the best tackles in the game.
So that is where I could maybe see the rushing team do a little bit of something and then try to balance it out with Baker Mayfield throwing the ball around to his guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. But at the same time, this Buccaneers team they're on a severe decline from the last couple of years, being Super Bowl champions not too long ago with Tom.
Yeah. 3
and
years
like
ago.
now that he's gone, 3 years ago. Now that he's gone, I just can't see much going on with Tampa Bay. So I think the Vikings are going to take this one very easily, and this is in Minnesota too.
It's going to be very low at US Bank.
So I'm going to take the Vikings here in this one. I'll go 35-17.
All right, so you're choosing the lopsided match.
Yes.
I just want to let you know we are at 30 minutes, so we may have to cut down these analysis a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to do that, especially since we still have like 10 more matchups to go over.
Yeah. I know I really like to go in depth with all the matchups. I really like doing that, but obviously we're trying to make these episodes shorter.
Well, how about we just go in depth of the games that seem like they're going to be important?
I like that.
And then for the ones that don't seem important, we can just like say the score of the game.
All right, I'm going to highlight the ones that I think are going to be super important.
Well, I would say some super important games. I think the 49ers at the Steelers is going to be a really good one. Raiders at Broncos. The Dolphins and Chargers. Bears and Packers.
That
Cowboys,
one's going to be
Giants. Bills and Jets.
Basically, well, oh my gosh, there's a lot of games that matter because a lot of these are in division matchups, so you can get a 1-0 head start in your division.
It's very shocking that the NFL is doing that right away. But, I mean, I swear, with the NFC North, the teams that we like to watch, they always play against each other week one.
Yeah, it's usually Packers and Vikings. Usually it's right away in the season, and it's not till either super late in January or it's when it's deer hunting. But yeah.
Yeah, the deer hunting. That is the most Midwest thing ever to go by a deer hunting calendar.
So I just put 3. I will call these the 3 games of the week. I'll say that. So
you don't think Cowboys and Giants is one? It's a Sunday night football game.
I don't give a crap about the Cowboys. They're overhyped.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I, but it's Sunday night football. And it's a divisional matchup.
Yeah, but then I would have to do everything like the next one's a division matchup. Panthers at Falcons.
I'm highlighting that one. We can just go over those 4.
All right,
in
that's
order.
fine.
But
We'll choose each week. We'll choose 3 games that we go super in depth with. That you think that these are the games of the week.
I like that. I like it.
New things for season 2. All right, next up, Panthers at Falcons. Desmond Ridder gets a shot finally at being the starting QB for a full season. Taylor Heineke back there. Bijan Robinson is there, so that's going to be super fun to watch him play. On the Panthers side, you got a lot of weapons. You got Miles Sanders coming from the Eagles, my boy Adam Thielen coming from the Vikings. You got Hayden Hurst coming from the Bengals. You probably have one of the best upcoming corners, J.C. Horn's coming. But
J.C. Horn, he's going to be a superstar in the next year or so, I think.
He will be one of the best lockdown corners in the league. And not forget, the number 1 overall pick, Bryce Young, making his first actual NFL debut.
Yes.
So this is going to put a huge statement in Carolina. If they win this game, they might look at Bryce like, hey, he's our franchise guy for the next 10 years, and we don't have to worry about it. But Bijan, honestly, I don't know if you saw about the Falcons, but they listed Cordero Patterson as a J on their roster. As a Joker.
Yeah, and they made him as the Joker.
They made him the Joker because he could play anywhere. So I thought that was... So he's going to be listed as a running back. But Bijan is RB1.
Yep.
So this game is in Atlanta, so I'm going to take the Falcons. I think it's going to be... I think I'm going to say 28-14.
Falcons. This is interesting. I have this game going into overtime. Like all the points you mentioned, I don't even have to go over them. This is 2 very young teams up against each other. And home field advantage is definitely going to be important when it comes to this. I am very curious to see how Bryce Young plays. And same for Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder, though, he got to play a few games last season after Marcus Mariota fell off a cliff and decided to go to Philadelphia. But I'm going to take the Falcons as well in this one, but it's going to be very close. They're going to win by a field goal. I'm going to go 24-21. I'm trying that score again.
All right. I'll let you take the next one. Lead us off.
Yeah, so our next matchup we have is the Arizona Cardinals facing the Washington Commanders, who once again might be changing their name because a lot of people don't like the Commanders' name. But that's a topic for another day. This is a football matchup we're talking about, not a name matchup. I mean, not too many crazy things about these 2 teams. I think an interesting thing for the Washington Commanders is that they have a new quarterback on the helm in Sam Howell from North Carolina. Kyler Murray, he needs to grow a couple of inches to be a little bit better.
And Joshua Dobbs is starting for them.
It's not even Kyler Murray.
Kyler's not even playing. I think he's on PUP.
I didn't even know that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is news to me.
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs is getting a start.
Running back matchups. Is Brian Robinson starting for Washington, or is it...
Yeah, I think Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson will be sharing carries against James Conner.
Yeah, I think that's a good split for the Commanders. Those are 2 pretty consistent running backs. James Conner, he was good quite some time ago, but this Cardinals team, they're going to be a rebuilding squad, and under a new coach in James Murray from Impractical Jokers, I'm going with the Commanders winning this game. Like, I don't even know what I'd pick for the score here. I don't think it's going to be very close. I'll go with 28-7. Matty Ice.
Yes, sir. I will take the ball from you.
Oh, are
So-
we doing this ball thing the whole time?
Oh, I don't know. I just want to pick up the ball because I want to fidget. So
I got it.
So the Commanders, I really like the defense. Chase Young, very good. I like what the Commanders have going with Sam Howell. I think we'll do fine. Terry McLaurin is obviously there. Jahan Dotson, underrated receiver in my opinion. I think he can be something a very good wide receiver too, and maybe in some places their wide receiver one. Honestly, we know about Brian Robinson. I like the man. I like him as a running back. Antonio Gibson, obviously, we all know who he is. I think the Commanders are more well built around team than the Cardinals are. Obviously, I said Joshua Dobbs is getting a start at QB, and Kyler's not even playing. New head coaching, new head coach. James Conner is a lower tier running back in the league. And who do you have for receivers? You got rid of Hopkins now, so you don't really have anyone. I think besides Hollywood Brown. No.
Yeah, I can't think of who they have over there. I do know that they have
They
Brown.
have no more weapons. They don't have any weapons. They're on the downfall. This is going to be a statement game for Washington saying that we are back. Obviously, we all know that. They're changing their name again. Might go back to the Redskins. We're not entirely sure. But I'm going to take the Commanders in this one. Yeah, it's going to be a statement game. Sam Howell's going to have a very good, not rookie debut, but a very good NFL debut game. I think they're going to put up 33 points to the Cardinals 14.
33-14 Commanders. So the other wide receivers that the Cardinals have are Zach Pascal and Rondale Moore.
Oh,
As
Rondale Moore. Yeah, he's been jumping around the league for a while now.
as well as Michael Wilson.
Don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. I just looked it up, doing a little bit of research.
All right. So then next, I'll lead this off. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. Again, another rookie, Anthony Richardson, making his first regular season NFL debut against, I think, my dark horse candidate for MVP, Trevor Lawrence. ETN. I'm going to start off with my team that I think is going to win. I'm picking the Jaguars in this one. Even though it's in Indy, I still think it's going to be very lopsided because Indy still has a lot of problems. They don't have Jonathan Taylor. He's still out. So Jaguars, Zay Jones, Calvin Ridley comes over probably. I don't know if you've seen the video of him running routes compared to Christian Kirk.
He's got some good feet, dude.
He is, especially someone who plays receiver / tight end / receiver in semi-pro. Just seeing the difference is ridiculous. So he's a phenomenal route runner. He has the speed, and I remember I was telling you this yesterday. I was like, I had him when he was playing with Julio, and like Ridley was a good guy. Like, obviously he's coming off the gambling suspension.
Yes.
But that's not the
He's
issue.
out for revenge, dude, on the NFL.
And he's just going to tear up. Like, Indy doesn't have Stephon Gilmore anymore, so who are they really going to have on defense? I mean, I still trust, like, Josh Allen for the Jaguars. That's the only person I can really think that's on the defense for them. But I know they've always had a solid D. And honestly, talking about the Colts, Anthony Richardson, he's a rookie. He has a strong arm. I mean, he has Alex Pierce and Michael Pittman, who are, decent.
They're consistent.
They're decent. They're
wide
consistent.
receivers.
They may not put up like yards like Jefferson, but they get the job done. Like, they're reliable. Obviously, now you don't have Jonathan Taylor, who's probably one of the best backs in the league. Obviously, he's on PUP. They're saying he has a back injury, and then he comes out saying that, oh no, it's not back injury. Back injury is because of all this bull crap that's going on. So the Colts franchise is kind of just rolling down the hill, like I said, with the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm going to take the Jaguars in this one. I'm going to say that this is going to be a blowout. I'm going to take Jaguars 28-7.
Wow. That's an interesting selection, dude. This is where we're different. I think this is gonna be the upset of the week right here.
Really?
I do. I think Anthony Richardson. I mean, we haven't seen him play a single NFL game yet, obviously. This is going to be the breakout rookie game for him. And this is where he's going to think he has an edge on everybody. And then the Colts are just going to tumble over. I think the Jaguars, they are coming off of a pretty good playoff run that they were just in. But this seems like that one football team that just seems like they're going to struggle in week one. It's not just because they're playing in Indianapolis. I think Trevor Lawrence has had that history of week ones where he just doesn't perform at his best. I am looking forward, though, to seeing Calvin Ridley out there on the field off of that suspension. But like I said, I'm picking an upset in this one. I'm not going to say too much because you are providing lots of information. I'm going to pick the Colts to win this one. We're going to go with a more interesting score here. We're going to go with 26-17.
All right. You can lead us off this one.
Yeah, I'll take over for this one. Personally, I think this should be one of the games of the week because I think this is two pretty good football teams that are facing each other. The San Francisco 49ers are heading over to Pittsburgh to play against the Steelers. In this one, obviously, on the San Francisco side, you have Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant.
We're at 45 minutes, so just to let you know.
I would try to sum all this stuff up quick.
We just have a lot of games to go through, so...
Christian McCaffrey, so many weapons, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, stacked defense with the 49ers. You also have a stacked defense on the Pittsburgh Steelers, Minka Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt. And then you have, obviously, Mr. Pickett there at the quarterback position as well as George Pickens. I think the Pickett-Pickens combo is going to fare out pretty well, but I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers in this game. I think their defense is just going to take over. It's going to be a defensive game. I'll take them 17-13.
All right. I totally agree with you that it's going to be a very defensive game. These are some of the best both our top 5 defenses. San Fran being the best one. I would put Pittsburgh at like 3 or 4. I would think, obviously you got Najee, who's a powerhouse, who's a power back. You got Pickett. You got Pickens. Obviously you got Deontay Johnson. Like you said, the defensive side, load of superstars. Minka. Yeah, Minka. But I'm still going to take the 49ers. Still trusting Purdy. CMC. They got the better weapons. Nick Bosa just signed a contract, so he's playing. So I agree this is going to be a powerhouse. This is going to be a defensive battle. But I'm going to go 21-10 49ers.
Sounds like a fairly solid pick. I'll let you take over for this next one.
All right.
If we can try to get through these predictions, 1 or 2 minutes for the small games, and then a few more for the more important games, we can do that.
Yeah, my football. Oh, it's right here. Anyways, yeah, so Titans at Saints, obviously. D-Hop's with the Titans. Derek Carr goes from Las Vegas over to New Orleans. Jamal Williams is there. I think Alvin Kamara isn't playing. I think he's on suspension.
He's suspended.
Yeah, so Jamal Williams will be getting first-team reps. I'm excited to see what the Saints are because I think they are the best team in the NFC South right now. Titans, they're going on a down slope. I don't think Tannehill's their guy. At least, they got Malik Willis, who's not even was a waste of a first-round pick. And now they got Will Levis, who was the second round pick. Obviously, everyone was praising him. He was projected to go force it to the Colts, and then just drop down to the second round. But
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take the Saints in this one. I think it's gonna be a 2-score game. So give me 28-14.
Yeah, with the Will Levis stuff you were talking about, like, it was so shocking to see him drop from a top prospect to second round draft pick. But I agree with you. This New Orleans Saints team seems to be the best team in the NFC South. And I'm not saying that's a good thing because this is probably one of the worst divisions in football. And it's funny how it used to be pretty close to one of the best divisions in football. But it's going to be really fun to see Derek Carr play for a different shade of that black with the Saints. And I don't even know who they have in the running back position then for week one.
For
the Saints.
Jamal Williams. I said that.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot he was on that team, even though I've seen like a bunch of like posts that he like ended up like signing Pokemon cards and stuff.
He's such a huge nerd. He's probably one of my favorite players because obviously I watch anime. He's a huge nerd.
Yeah, he's very much into the anime and Pokemon.
If you haven't seen his visor, it's actually from Naruto. It's Sasuke's eyes, which is pretty dope. That's his visor. So
that's sick. That he's just like a kid.
He embraces it. Cool. He doesn't watch TV. All he watches is anime and does football. He's like, I go home and I watch anime. Like, this is my job. I go home and I relax. I don't do anything else. But back to your point.
So, yeah, I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints. Derrick Henry, he could be a massive factor in this game, but the New Orleans Saints rushing defense has always been a stud. Cam Jordan being one of those guys on the defensive side, Marcus Lattimore, that even though he's a corner, and like you're saying too with Ryan Tannehill, I don't know why they keep sticking with him. He's not the guy. I agree with you. So I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints in this one. I'll also go 28, but I'll pick the Titans to score 21.
All right. Lead us off into one of our game of the weeks. Obviously, we're going to have to make this a little shorter. But off you go.
Dude, we still have 7 games to go over.
I know. Make these at least 5 minutes. I don't know.
Let's just go quick with them. I'm not even going to provide too much information with the ones that don't matter. But one of our games of the week, the Las Vegas Raiders against the Denver Broncos, AFC West division matchup. This is 2 teams with brand new starts, essentially. One start being Jimmy Garoppolo being the quarterback now for the Raiders. The other start being Sean Payton as the new head coach for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson says, Broncos country, let's ride. I don't know if he has a new saying this year or what, but I'm going to put my trust in the Denver Broncos in this game. I'm hoping this Sean Payton, Russell Wilson thing can become something because Russell Wilson, since he played for the Badgers, being one of my favorite players back in the day, I'm hoping good things for him. And he seems like a very good guy. Sometimes he puts his personality out there a little too much, but I think he does it for the better. So I'm going to take the Denver Broncos in this one. It'll be a close game. I'll go with 24-17.
Yeah, so I may have to disagree with you on here because I'm kind of leaning more towards Las Vegas right now. Obviously, the only thing I'm scared about is that I probably will lose this because I'm afraid of the new Sean Payton and Russell Wilson combo. So that's why I'm like kind of teetering, but I also like Devontae Adams. I mean, yeah, you got Patrick Surtain, who's back, one of the best upcoming corners, but Adams just exposed him last year. So like you got the best hands, one of the best hands, I would say that he is the best route runner in football. And you got Josh Jacobs, absolute menace. I mean, he's
Josh
franchise tag.
Jacobs, yeah, he's very consistent. I'll agree with you,
You
but
got Max Crosby on the other side. You got Michael Meyer, new drafted tight end. So I'm actually going to take the Raiders in this one. I feel more comfortable than with the Broncos. I think the Raiders have more. They have more to play for. They have. I mean, it's supposed to be week 1, so I guess not more to play for. But they have the more weapons on defense and offense. I feel more safer with them. You gotta remember they went toe to toe last year with the Niners when we were at the Packer Viking game at Lambeau. So I'm gonna take the Raiders. It's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna say 27-24.
what was your score?
27-24.
Yeah, it kind of like cut out on me a little bit there, but I mean, going with your score, I disagree with it only because I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is like that great of a quarterback.
I will say Wilson is the better quarterback, but he does. I mean,
It's
he has.
tough to say that he's better based off of last year.
Well, yeah, I know that's like kind of hard to say because he has such a crappy head coach, but at the same time, you guys look at. I think Jerry Judy's questionable. Cortland Sutton. Who's their running back? I mean, Patrick Surtain's the only guy you really have on defense.
Their running back is Javonte Williams.
That's right. He tore his ACL. I mean, they just have more. Las Vegas has a lot more weapons. So that's why I'm going with them.
Vegas definitely has more weapons.
Yeah.
That's for sure, but the game pretty much revolves around the quarterback position. This game, I'm just trusting who's better at quarterback.
All right. I'm going to go into next game. Eagles at Patriots. I think we all know who we think we're going to pick this one. I think we're both going to pick the Eagles. I mean, self-explanatory. Mac Jones is the only quarterback on the roster. Patriots are going down. I mean, maybe it might be time to move on for Mac Jones, but we don't know. I'm taking the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. I mean, there's just too many weapons. The Super Bowl runners-up. I don't need to say anything else. I think this is going to be a blowout. Give me 35-10 Eagles.
The only thing that I like about this game is it's in New England. New England is not easy to play in, but it's not going to be like a wintry weather game.
No, it's going to be warm.
So you're just going to have like a basic standard football field. You're playing football. Patriots crowd, there's going to be more of them, but I'm taking the Eagles too. There's not much to explain. One of the best teams in the NFL. I feel like they've gotten even better. They didn't really lose anybody except for one of their linemen. Like
they lost CJ Gardner-Johnson, who played last night.
Oh, that's true. But I don't think that that's really going to hurt them at all, to be honest with you. So I'm going to take this game in a little bit of closer fashion, but the Eagles are still going to win. I will take the Eagles 31-17.
All right.
I will take over for this game as well. Another quick one to go over. NFC West matchup. You have the LA Rams against the Seattle Seahawks. Cooper Kupp's not playing in this game. That's pretty much the big factor for me here. At this point, Matt Stafford, I'm not sure if he should even play football anymore. I think he's getting up there in his age.
They don't have Ramsey anymore.
Yeah, it's just not going to be good for LA. I'm taking the Seahawks. I believe in Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. He's always a very consistent head coach. Sean McVay, this could be his last season coaching the LA Rams. So give me the Seahawks. This is going to be a lower scoring game, I would think. DK Metcalf, too, he's going to play well. The Seahawks always have a really good running back tandem.
Kenneth Walker is listed as questionable with a groin injury, so Zach Charbonnet will be getting lots of carries.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them share the ball really well. If Walker doesn't even play too much, but I'm taking the Seahawks 14-10.
Oh wow, okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks as well. Gino, he's so good. DK, amazing. Tyler Lockett, you can always rely on him. JSN, their rookie, Jackson Jigba Smith.
Jackson Smith Ninjigma.
Yeah, however you say JSN.
However you say it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner returns to Seattle. This is against his other former team, the Rams. I just think, who do you have on offense for the Rams? I mean, Stafford. That's it.
You don't have anything. I don't even have trust in Cam Akers either.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Rams are on their downfall. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. It's gonna be a bigger game. I'm gonna say 28-10. Actually, 28-13.
I respect that pick. It's either gonna be an absolute blowout or low scoring, I would think. So
all right.
You can take over for this one.
Yeah, I'll take it. On to the next one. I think this could be an interesting game. Dolphins at Chargers. Obviously, Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, Raheem. You get Jalen Ramsey, as we just talked about in the last game. I think this could be a very good game. Obviously, the Chargers, Herbert, Eckler, they're always a good duo. Mike Williams, they get Quentin Johnson from TCU in the draft, the first round pick. Keenan Allen, always reliable. Derwin James, Khalil Mack, Jalen Ramsey now. So that's going to be a really good game. I'm going to take the Chargers because it is in LA. So I'm going to think they're going to have the home field advantage in this one. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blow, but I'm going to go 24-23. I think this is going to be a super close game.
Ooh.
I can see this going either way, but since it's home field for the Chargers, that's what I'm leaning towards. Tua, he should be good to go. Mike McDaniel's always a great head coach. Kellen Moore, as we discussed last night, is the new OC for the Chargers, so that I like to see because he ran a good offense in Dallas, so I'm really excited to see what he does with Herbert. So I'm really excited for this game. This might be one of my games of the week personally because it's against two very good teams that can go either way.
I love your pick, dude. The thing that is really awesome about this game is, to both of us, I think we both had these in our top 10s. I think we both had both of these teams in our top 10s from yesterday. I'm pretty sure ESPN also has them in their top 10.
We both had the Chargers. Chargers were my 10, and they were your set 6. But we didn't have the Dolphins.
I would have put the Dolphins either at 11 or 12 then. Mm-hmm. They would have been right there. I think these two teams are evenly matched up against each other. I think the only reason that I had the Dolphins lower is because of Tua and how healthy can he stay this season. But this is the week 1 matchup. So we're going to see this Dolphins team. I think they are going to come out hot. But I also think the Chargers are going to come out hot in this game. This is going to be a shootout. I am telling you right now. Jalen Ramsey's not as good as he used to be. I don't know how he's one of the highest rated cornerbacks in Madden. Pretty stupid, if you ask me. But Madden's just dumb. Anyways, I think Justin Herbert is going to throw 5 touchdown passes in this game. And Austin Eckler, he's another key piece. The Chargers are going to rely heavily on the wide receiver screen. So, onto the Dolphins side, Tyreek Hill, I could see him scoring 3 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, I could see him scoring 1 or 2 touchdowns in this game. I got both of these teams scoring at least 40 points. This is going to be a shoot fest, dude. 42-41 Chargers.
Good Lord. Okay. Going on to our next pick.
Scared the crap out of Matt, guys.
I was like, holy crap. If both of their defenses are like this, then there's something seriously wrong. But yeah, Packers at Bears. I'll let you start with this one. This is one of our game of the weeks. We just hit the hour mark, so.
Oh my god, dude. It's too bad we're going this for this long. Gosh, this Packers Bears game. Being a big Packer fan, I don't know, dude. Like, the Packers always have their struggles in week 1. That was with Aaron Rodgers. This is Jordan Love era time. I have no idea what to expect, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, this game could either be the Packers blow out the Bears by a ton, or the Bears are going to blow out the Packers by a ton. It could also be super close. Like, I don't know who to really go with for this. I'm probably going to pick my team just because I'm a fan of them. And I don't like the Bears whatsoever. Neither of us like the Bears. But I think the way I saw the Packers perform in the preseason, Jordan Love looked super duper good. Everyone was saying the same thing about Justin Fields, though, and DJ Moore being on the Bears team. I'm a little concerned about DJ Moore because he has a lot of talent. I'm gonna go off a limb, dude, and I'm gonna pick the Green Bay Packers to win this game. It's not gonna be an easy game at all by means. I think it's gonna be really close. I'll take the Packers 24-21 in overtime.
In OT, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for everyone, it's time to be real, so say hello. Anyways, back to my pick. I'm going to go with the Packers on this one. Like you said during preseason, I thought Jordan Love looked pretty good. He looked decent. I don't think Packers fans should be as worried as they think they are. I don't think they're in as deep as trouble as they thought they were with Love. Obviously, first-round draft pick from Utah State. Everyone thought it was a bust, but this is his time to shine. Obviously, last year on his rookie contract, so we don't know if he's going to get picked up or not, depending how he plays this year. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the thing I'm really scared about is like Justin Fields can run. He has a true number 1 wide receiver with DJ Moore. Darnell Mooney is a number 2, and then you got Chase Claypool as a 3. You got Khalil Herbert, who's actually a decent running back. He reminds me a lot of Tariq Cohen. But I still think the Packers are still going to pull this off because Watson and Dobbs should be good to go. You got your receiver Jalen Reed from Michigan State. So I still think this is going to be a close game, but I still have the Packers coming out on top 28-21.
I am very excited to see how Jalen Reed does. Because that is such a great draft pick by the Packers, in my opinion. They finally decide to draft a wide receiver when Rodgers is gone. I find that to be comical. You said 28-21?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And, I mean, at that preseason game Ben and I were at, Jordan Love threw a heck of a pass to Romeo Dobbs for about 45 yards. It was a thing of beauty.
You also got
all the time.
One thing I want to add is that, like, when Rodgers was on his holdout last year, who was taking the 1 reps with Watson and Dobbs? Love was. He has more connection with
Love.
them. I think that clearly showed when they benched Rodgers, they put Love in against that Philly game, that the Packers started scoring points with Watson and Love.
That's very fair to say. The chemistry, if the Packers have that chemistry, which it seems like that team grew a lot of chemistry throughout the offseason, could be a dangerous team, which I'm loving to say that. No pun intended whatsoever. But we will go to our next matchup we got 2 more matchups left?
2 more. We got Sunday night and we got Monday night.
All right, let's just crank these puppies out. So Dallas Cowboys are coming in to New York actually New Jersey, to MetLife Stadium to play against the New York Giants. I almost said that like the Ohio State. But I just like that this game's another divisional matchup. I think it's going to have a lot of serious implications going forward in the season because the NFC East might be one of the best divisions again this year. Because I still have high hopes in how the Commanders are going to fare. The Eagles, they're the Eagles. The Cowboys, it just depends how Dak Prescott does. Like, everyone says he's a top 10 wide receiver or quarterback in the league. I don't think he is at the moment. I think there's a lot of guys who are better than him. But this is the time he has to prove himself if he is that guy in Dallas. Daniel Jones, I would honestly say he's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And with this game being in New York, the Giants are an up-and-coming team. They're not easy. I think their defense is pretty well-rounded. Their offense, you got Saquon Barkley. I mean, like, there's not too many things that I can say about this Giants team. Brian Daboll entering his second season as coach. He did really good in his first season coaching that team. And just like I was saying with Doug Peterson and the Jacksonville Jaguars, that second season of being coach really proves who you are. It's not that first one, it's that second one. So I'm going to be taking the New York Giants in this one over the Dallas Cowboys, not because I don't like the Cowboys. I think the Giants are a better team. And I'm going to take them 27-20.
All right. So my take on this is that I hate both of these teams for many reasons. Cowboys
I can understand why.
Very overrated. I don't like Dak Prescott. I mean, he's a decent quarterback, but he gets way too much hype for what he is. I know he's going to be the quarterback for a while in Dallas. They lost Zeke. Tony Pollard's there, so that's good. CD Lamb is always going to get Brandon Cooks for the Texans, who's been a decent wide receiver too.
Brandon Cooks is playing on like his 20th team.
Yeah, and he has had eight years of 1,000 receiving yards, so it's not like he's a bad receiver. Michael Gallup, I always like Gallup. I think he's going to get down, move to wide receiver 3, unfortunately. You do lose Dalton Schultz, but up comes the Wisconsin man, Jake Ferguson. Going on to the Giants. I mean, hold on. Back to the Cowboys with their defense. Micah Parsons is insane. You get Stephon Gilmore. You get some corner help. Trayvon Diggs is always amazing corner. He's either a hit or a miss. I think he's going to be a hit this game. Going to the Giants side, Saquon is always going to be there. Isaiah Rodgers, kind of up and coming receiver. Probably going to put Diggs on him if I would have to guess. Daniel Jones had a decent year last year. See if he can repeat that, but I don't think he will. On their defense, you got Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau. Who else is back there? James Bradbury, I forgot about him. So I think this is going to be a good game, but I'm still going to give the edge to the Cowboys on this one, just because I think they have the better weapons. They have the best offensive line in NFL, so that's why. I'm still going to think it's a close game, so give me 28-24. Not 82.
I cannot do my
not
typing.
82.
82-24 final score. Imagine. That's college football. All right, do you want to take over for the Monday night matchup?
Yes, my Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Probably the most hyped game for Week 1 because
Hands
obviously
down.
the Bills are on their redemption arc. They've been shut out each year. Jets, they get Aaron Rodgers. Oh my gosh, now they're a top 10 team. It's in MetLife, so. Oh, funny enough, both games are at MetLife.
Back-to-back night games at MetLife
Yeah,
Stadium.
that's
I wonder if that's ever
I didn't realize
happened.
that. But yeah, so that's that. I gotta go for my Bills. I feel like the Bills are just gonna go in there and win it. I mean, I have more confidence in them than I would do with the Jets. Obviously, it's hard knocks and yada yada yada. I'm gonna take the.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see. Obviously, Wilson and Rogers are always gonna be a connection. Lazard's probably gonna be receiver 2. Cobb's gonna be wide receiver 3. Brees Hall, Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Sauce is gonna be on Diggs, Gabe Davis. I mean, this should be I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. Give me 20-17 Bills.
Man, I love this matchup. This is by far is the best game in week 1. It either would have been last night's game that was the best matchup, or it's Monday night's game. And I mean, like Matt was talking about, there's the hype behind the New York Jets, getting Aaron Rodgers, getting Dalvin Cook, getting Alan Lazard. I mean, a bunch of really big pieces for the Jets team. And I actually watched an episode of Hard Knocks yesterday after our podcast, or after my class that I had. And something is just telling me this New York Jets team has a lot of promise to them. You're talking about Brees Hall in the backfield along with Dalvin Cook, really good running back combo right there. But Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers in that preseason game that they had against their crosstown rival Giants, that pass, that ball that he threw to Garrett Wilson, just a thing of beauty. And Aaron Rodgers, he's taking his craft like seriously to the next level. He missed OTAs and all that stuff with the Packers the last few years. He's taking his stuff seriously this year. He ended up going to OTAs, participating in training camp, doing all of that. And this Jets team, if you're watching Hard Knocks, all gas, no brakes. That is their motto with their team. So all gas, no brakes with the Jets. But then you got to look at the Buffalo Bills. Like you said, they're coming off of revenge. And Josh Allen wants a Super Bowl bad. He just wants to win a freaking playoff game against Patrick Mahomes. I bet you that.
Oh, 100%.
Same with Joe Burrow. But you got guys, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis. Just, I don't see many other really big pieces on the offense that the Bills have, though. And that's why I'd almost give the edge to the Jets, because this Jets defense, I think they're no joke. Sauce Gardner, they're on the defense. I can't think of his name. He got drafted from Alabama. He's a big lineman. Gosh.
I can't remember who you're thinking of.
He's going to go off, though. He was like the 4th overall pick in last year's draft.
Oh, Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen Williams is going to be a monster this year. I'm telling you that right now. I have a feeling he could go up for Defensive Player of the Year award. So, with all that being said, I didn't go over much with the Bills defense. I think the New York Jets are going to take this one. I think they will. I'm excited to see this game, though. I'm so hyped to watch Aaron Rodgers play for a new team. As much as I'm sad that he's gone, I'm also glad that he's gone from Green Bay. I think it's going to be really cool to see him play on a different team. And I think the Jets are going to take this one 28-24.
So now I got a question to ask you. So obviously, you're a Rodgers fan. He played for the Packers for 12 years or however long. Do you want to see him lose now since he's on the Jets, or are you actually still rooting for him? Hope he does good.
I want him to play well.
Okay.
The reason I want him to play well is because I've always had that belief that he is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And I think if he needs to at least make it to the AFC Championship. No, he needs to make it to the Super Bowl this year to prove that he's one of those guys who can do that. Because that's what Tom Brady did with the Buccaneers. Like, he's trying to pull off a Tom Brady. Russell Wilson tried to pull off a Tom Brady. You had Deshaun Watson try to pull off a Tom Brady. You're getting Derek Carr try to pull off a Tom Brady. I mean, there's a lot of different things that are going on. Matt Stafford pulled it off. Like, I'm not saying Matt Stafford's Tom Brady, but
No, I understand that.
you know where I'm coming from here. Though.
Yeah, I know
like,
where you're coming from.
A ton of people are putting Aaron Rodgers in that one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time conversation. Some people even say that he's the greatest, but he's not the most successful. So this is how he finds his success. Is he going to find it with the Jets? Dun, dun, dun.
But I do know that if for every Jets loss, there's a bar in Milwaukee that will pay your tab bill.
That is true.
So that's Wisconsin for you. We pay you by beer and alcohol. But I think this is going to wrap up our score predictions here. Hour and 15, a little lengthier than we wanted to. Honestly, we like to go in depth way too much.
I think just some recommendations for the next times we do this. I think we should just barely go over any of the players and like really get in depth. I think we should just get in depth when we go over the final scores of the games and like do an in-depth analysis of how each game played out.
All right, I like that. We can do that for Tuesday's episode. And then be right back at it again on Wednesday. Because, you know, Thursdays nights, football is now a thing, so shoot. Because, you know, now we got to get back into that schedule.
But he can't catch.
I'm a receiver / tight end from the Shigboy and Saber Cats. But, yeah, I think
it's time
to wrap it up.
Wrap things up. I agree. So, on the home sideline here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, is your boy, Brett Golf, a.k.a. 99 Brett's Brendini, Brenden Retzloff, in the house.
And as always, here on the away side at Lakeland University, Matty Icy, you know who I am. It's your boy. And we will see you on Tuesday as we go over Week 1 scores. And so then, we'll see you later.
Peace.